An archives is basically a warehouse. That's really all it is. And what we have here is various collections of mostly negatives, everything from old glass plates up to 35 millimeter film. And what we're doing here not only is storage, but we're doing preservation specifically in a room over there where they have computers and scanners. And every single image is going to be scanned in a high resolution and put on a permanent digital file. Louis Boswick was a photographer that came to Omaha in 1898 to help photograph the Trans-Mississippi Exposition that they had in Omaha. He worked as a stringer for the official photographer. It was a guy named Frank Reinhardt. Anyway, he came and he saw it. He liked what he saw here, so he stayed and he continued to work as a stringer photographer for the local newspaper, the B newspaper, and he opened his own studio and eventually took a partner by the name of Homer Frohart. And that's why the collection is named after the Boswick Frohart collection. It's actually owned by KMTV and is on permanent loan here. And it's the very first collection we ever got here. This is one of my favorites. It's from the Boswick Frohart collection. It's about 1912. And that's Louis Boswick on top of the old Union Pacific headquarters building on 14th and Dodge. And he's looking east-southeast. And it's interesting because most of the big buildings that you see, including the one he's standing on, no longer exist. They've been torn down. The shot, it's almost a panorama shot, you know, to show everything up to and including the river. And the river is why we're here. This is a really great shot. This was in 1882. What you're looking at is a mansion that belonged to a local merchant. His name was N.B. Falconer. The house sat on the corner of 19th and Douglas. The tower that you see behind the house is actually the tower of the old city hall that was on 18th and Farnham. This picture hung in the lobby out there. And about 4 or 5 years ago, I had a gentleman come in and he saw that picture and he got really excited. And as soon as he started talking, I realized he was Scottish. And he said he was in town for some family thing. And he loved this picture and he wanted a copy of it because that was his family's business, was moving buildings. And he had never seen a building moved from such a height like this before, and he just had to have a copy to take back to Scotland with him. So he sat down and we figured out how they would have done it, you know, with the equipment that they had available. And it was a great 2 hours I spent with him. And I made him a nice print that he took home with him. So this picture is actually floating around Scotland right now.